Two abreast coming out of 4.
Trouble! Oh. Hard crash.
First car in line, Coletti.
Saavedra, Coletti. There's Saavedra.
So he's moving his hands inside the cockpit, about ready to raise his visor.
And Jack Hawksworth, the third car involved.
Look how he's wadded up the back end of that.
But these cars have become so good from the period of time that you and I drove, Eddie. They've got these new cars out here the last couple of years. The IndyCar series has spent so much time on the monocoque, as they call it, the cockpit of the car. It's built like a jet fighter. And these cars, when they look like they're destructed as they are built to compress, to absorb all the impact. So we see him step out of the car and the crowd give him a round of applause.
This is the safest the series has been. Open wheel racing has ever been at Indy.
There's Sebastian Saavedra, who hit not only the outside, the contact with the other cars, but hit the inside wall also.
Both you and I have crashed, Eddie, at high speed, and it's just amazing how the impact is just so hard.
What you want is that you want the car to absorb all of the energy that you can. They have hands devices now for the neck. The helmets are better developed. We have the safer barrier. We have so many things to help the drivers.
Stefano Coletti out of his car as well. His first experience in Indianapolis ends in a very difficult way.
And his first crash also.
Bottom of the screen, Hawksworth
might have hit the car in front of him, and that caused him to spin.
I think he did actually make contact with, I believe that's Saavedra,
yeah,
and sent them both going into the wall. See, Saavedra still got his foot on the gas because he knows he's going towards the wall, so he put his foot on the gas, try and make the tires spin to lessen the impact at the last moment, then put his foot on the brakes. But that is a hard hit. That's just the mistiming from the 41, Jack Hawksworth, and that ABC machine just clipping the back of Saavedra.
And what's really good is all the cars stayed on the ground.
In the car that you saw going up over Saavedra, that was Coletti in the number 4 machine.
Now the best thing about this accident is they keep on moving and that energy keeps getting dissipated. The worst sort of an accident you can see is one where you just hit the wall and you stop. As they keep on rolling, they're getting rid of all of that energy that's obviously like this. Again, the safer barrier did its job.
So great racing up front, but look at all those bits and pieces scattered around on the track after the crash in the back of the field. And it's going to require some time to clean up. And they continue to work to get Sebastian Saavedra out of his car. Massive cleanup underway down in turn number 4. You saw during our side-by-side coverage Sebastian Saavedra being extricated from his car. Here's the beginnings of the accident. Jack Hawksworth in the 41 and Saavedra in the 17.
The safer barrier does exactly what it's designed for. Look at it bend when all the cars run into it.
That safer barrier is a steel energy and foam reduction system that's in front of that concrete wall.
And that's when Saavedra, it seems when they had to carry him out of the car, they did hurt his foot. They had to cut his boot off to get him out of the car.
Well, he went from there and hit the inside wall with the nose of that car, so that might also have been something to do with it. Now, see, bottom of the screen, 7 car is James Jakes. More on that in a minute. Takuma Sato driving through the mess.
Now you're clear by 4. Stay low, stay low, stay low.
And James Jakes, watch the biometrics and how calmly he's under control going through the scene.
His heart rate slowed down.
James wearing those sensors for us today during the 500-mile race. cool as could be as the action heats up toward the finish of the 500.